So if you don't know or didn't know, there was a Dominicans for Trump rally. A bunch of Hispanic voters got together in rallying for Trump in AOC's district or nearby in Washington Heights, New York City, which I thought was crazy. I even ended up making a speech here, but if you don't know about this, we're going to be talking about specifically this, and we're also going to talk about how leftists are looking at AOC, and they are progressives have turned on her. They don't even think she's a socialist anymore. She is taking a huge turn and is turning a lot of people off. I'm going to show you exactly what video they're reposting and showing the world that's exposing her. We're going to be talking about that. But first, yes, I'm not making this up. This is crazy. I know it sounds crazy, right? Like if you're from New York, if you're from a deep blue state, blue city, then you know that this is wild to see. A bunch of Dominicans got together and started doing this in Washington Heights. Chanting Trump, wearing Trump hats. You see the Trump van sign. What? This is pretty crazy. See Dominican flags, the Dominican unison with the United States of America. There was a bunch of United States of America flags. You probably wouldn't even recognize the park. It was a plaza. I forgot the name of the plaza, but yeah, it's pretty wild to see something like this. If you know, then you know. We want Trump. We want Trump. We want Trump. We want Trump. But why would minorities, right, or Hispanic voters be shifting to Trump, right? If you're a minority and you're shifting to somebody like Trump, the media has told you, they have made the case that he doesn't like you, that he's this, that he's that, he's a racist, he's all these different things. Why do you think this is happening? Well, there was a couple speeches that really were against AOC and Democrats, and they felt like Hispanics, they have very much conservative values, which they tend to lean, and they're sick and tired of people like AOC or people in those districts that are Hispanics, but they don't really hold any conservative values that they grew up with. That's the big fight. That's what they were talking about. In fact, let's take a listen to this guy, Sammy Ravello, who left the Democratic Party and is wearing a Trump hat. He was a Democrat, ran as a Democrat. Take a listen.
So guys, for the first time ever, Sammy Ravello, former Democrat, will be banning Donald Trump hat. So here we go.
He was told that the world was going to fall because he wore a Donald Trump hat. This is a Dominican man. Once again, in 2016, this would have never been the case. In fact, wearing a Trump hat or a MAGA hat as a Hispanic was probably considered a sin. But how does AOC feel about Hispanic voters that are leaning toward Trump? If you haven't smashed the like button, please smash the like button. Let's take a listen.
What do you think about a big Donald Trump rally in the Bronx?
I mean, I think, as you mentioned earlier, this guy is stuck in court. And let's be very clear about the fact that he is stuck in court because over hush money payments for in order to quiet the story about him having sex with Stormy Daniels in the lead up to the in the lead up to the election. And I think that because he is stuck on so many charges around fraud and these payments, he is stuck in a pretty tight radius of where he can go. New York City's blue, Brooklyn is blue, Queens is blue, the Bronx is blue, and he's got nowhere to go. And so he's decided to come to the South Bronx. He's broke. He needs to pay these legal funds and, bussing people in order to get those donations so that he can funnel them to his legal fees is kind of his business right now.
Crazy. So that's how she feels about people supporting Trump, minorities supporting Trump. It's not real. It's not real support. These things don't really exist. Well, I beg to differ because I was one of those people that also gave a speech, and I am very much not in favor of somebody like her. And so I decided to make a speech of my own. And maybe one day you'll see me run for something in New York City. Take a listen.
Told me 4 years ago that I'd be standing in front of a bunch of Dominican Trump supporters on a laugh. This is pretty crazy. A lot of people that don't know me, I do YouTube. I've been doing YouTube now for some time. When I first started YouTube, there was a lot of people that called me crazy, a sellout. Now you see Nicky Jam being misgendered on Trump rallies. You see Anuel, you see Santiago Matias, you see all the Dominicans now coming out. There was a lot of people that took a lot of hits, a lot of people that sacrificed friendships in order to support Trump because they were tired of the way that the Democratic Party was going. But it is pretty crazy now watching the shift. So I want to give a shout out to those Trump supporters in 2016. In 1990, right? Those that have been supporting Trump for a long time, right? So the reason why I want to make it about them is because looking at it now, it's so easy to say, like, we got MAGA hats in the hood, and nobody gonna do anything about it, right? But in 2016, that wasn't the story. It was a lot of people becoming the sacrificial lambs. I was one of the people calling them a sellout. I saw a Dominican supporting Trump. I would get mad at him, like, how can you be a Trump supporter? You're from the hood. I want to give a thanks to them for their friendships that they lost. Not that that's a good thing, but they took the hits. And because of that, we're here now. And I want to say thank you to those people. Because I don't think this would happen without them. I don't think 2016 would have happened without them. Another thing I want to say is that to everybody listening, right? That's like, why would you vote for Trump? Why would you forget Trump for now? November 5th, local elections, AOC, all these different people that are these Democrat shields. Because every Dominican I know, they have conservative values. I don't know a liberal Dominican. Like, come on. So, if you're voting because of gender, if you're voting because of whatever, wake up, man. It's time. It's time for us to come together, make it happen, make New York City great again. I don't know if you guys see what's going on in Queens, but I took a drive there, and there's a whole lot of, excuse my language, but prostitution going on in the streets. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now in the city, and it doesn't seem like it's going in a good direction. So it's crazy, and I'll close with this. It's crazy to watch people my age, I'm 27, but it's crazy to watch people my age walk around here talk about Kamala. Imagine watching the world crumble, watching World War III about to start, watching New York City falling apart, watching the world fall apart, and still say that I want the same thing over and over and over. We've been conditioned this way. We've been conditioned this way that we must get used to, and we must accept the little things. Excuse my language again, but fuck that. Trump 2024 is
Damn, that was crazy, guys. I never thought somebody said how tall I am. How tall am I? I am 6'3". 6'2.5", whatever, 6'3". Yeah, I'm not. I told you guys, any of these Democrats ever want to try me, you better be ready, because I'm a big boy and I swing first, ask questions later. Just saying. I'm just saying. But yeah, so apparently, once again, AOC doesn't agree with any of this, and she wants to shut us down. She wants to shut down all of us, even progressives and Democrats. Take a listen.
I do think that several members of Congress in some of my discussions have brought up media literacy, because that is a part of what happened here. And we're going to have to figure out how we rein in our media environment so that you can't just spew disinformation and misinformation. It's one thing to have differing opinions, but it's another thing entirely to just say things that are false. And so that's something that we're looking into. You know, I do think that.
So what does this sound like to you? AOC is advocating for more censorship. This is a leftist page. Apparently, she doesn't like people having opinions different than hers, and she feels like with a Harris administration, we should be really, really aiming for people that are spewing misinformation. But I don't think people like this really believe in the First Amendment as much as they claim they do. Unfortunately, this is just what tyranny looks like. This is the beginning of tyranny, in my opinion. You have people like her really spewing things like that. And I believe that's when things get scary for people. Because you have, like, bro, you're literally, and look, there's a whole bunch of Democrats in these comments that are legitimately, AOC, why don't you start with your own party, for example? How about you work on reining in Kamala's constant spewing of debunked 10 I can't read that. Who decides what is what is misinformation or disinformation? My guess is that you would resort to malinformation, one-sided, only that which suits your senses priority. And this is what Party of Freedom and Democracy looks like. You know what I'm saying? This is what these people look like, man. Even the Congress job approval drops to 13% lower since 2017. So even progressives have lined up against AOC because this is the type of person that is not to be trusted. In my opinion, you give people like this power, we're not going to end up in a place at all. We're going to end up in a very, very bad place. So you have Trump supporters once again coming out in support. You have Dominicans lining up against AOC, against all these district leaders, community leaders. You have a whole bunch of Hispanics lining up. Why are they lining up against the party that they voted for since they've come to America? Why is the question. I have my answers. I have my opinions, of course. But what is your opinion? Why? Why have progressives even turned on the Democrats? Why have progressives turned on them as hard as now? These are the questions that a lot of people are asking. I have my opinions. I think I know the answer to many of them. But there is no real answer, right? It's just an opinion. And what is yours? That's my question to you guys. And the fact that you have people that have been a part of the Democratic Party their entire lives, making speeches in the middle of the hood, screaming about how we don't want to align ourselves with a party that is full of this. We want to align ourselves with a party that's more conservative. We want to align ourselves with somebody like Trump. And these people might never really vote for a Republican, but they damn sure ain't going to vote for AOC. So what is going to happen in New York? I have no idea. But to see stuff like this happen really does put you in a blender. If you're an independent, it puts you in a blender because then you start to really question, where the hell are we going? What are we doing? And if you're a longtime Democrat, then you're looking around and saying, well, these people have lost their complete minds. They've let New York really sink. And how can we get it back? Do I have to switch my party? In a general election, do I have to really vote Republican? I think the answer is yes. So are you headed toward a communist society when most of these elected officials in New York City really believe in communism? They believe in socialism. They believe in no open markets. They don't believe in free market capitalism. They don't believe in that you should even own property. They don't really believe in property ownership. They believe in more government, more censorship, more control, because they feel that that's the way things should go. And a lot of these people that are fleeing, not just Dominicans, but people that are fleeing these communist societies, these socialist experiments, they're coming here and they're saying, why the hell would we want to come here if here is turning into where I just finished running from? So legal immigration, illegal immigration, gangs, fentanyl, overdosing, these are the things that are plaguing New York City. So you're not crazy for wanting something different, because what you're watching is a bunch of your people, a bunch of people you grew up with, that you've built a society around and with. You're watching the education really sink. You're watching people die of overdose. You're watching trafficking happen in the streets of Queens. And you're sitting there and you're watching billionaires make a case for Kamala, make a case for Democrats, and you're sitting there going crazy like, there's no way. There's no way that I'm tripping out here. There's no way that I'm bugging out. I see what I see. There's legitimately prostitution happening in Queens. It's happening right now. You could go around there. It's not a conspiracy, but once again, you got billionaires and you got these news anchors that don't live where you live telling you that you're crazy and you're a sellout because you want something different. And you feel like the direction that this is going in is not a very good place. Let's try something else. So the moment you say, let's try something else, well, you have a whole bunch of people with their own agendas calling you crazy, sellout, and a misfit, or a wild person, or whatever. And, you know, the media attacks begin. On me personally, I stopped giving a single. I just stopped. It's like, whoa, slow down. Most of y'all don't even live where you live. Vote locally for who you want. Generally, you can vote for a president. You can vote Democrat. But locally is really where it matters. And these people feel like locally they are losing what they've built or what they've come to in the United States of America. And they love America. If you go around, all these Dominicans, they're holding up the American flag, waving it left and right, because they know what it means to be an American, and they know the true meaning is the Constitution. The true meaning is free people. The true meaning of this experiment built it is really what it is. Don't get me wrong. We can love America, understand that our government is really corrupt. Our government has blown up the Middle East. Our government has legitimately is responsible. Our intelligence agencies are responsible for so much bad around the world. Don't get me wrong on that. That's just how I feel about the United States government and agencies and bureaucracy. But what we've built and what's been built here and what people are coming into, they want to protect that because they feel like once that's lost, then we're really fucked. You know what I mean? So you have Kamala Harris begging Trump for a second debate. This is a video going viral. You guys are probably going to see this video everywhere. Before I get off, I just wanted to show you this. Just listen to what she says here.
I would like another debate, so I'm hoping the former vice president will agree to that.
She finally talks to the media, and when she talks to the media, she calls Trump a former vice president. Oh, I agreed to this debate. I'm hoping that the former vice president agrees. Who's the former vice president? Trump was the former president. Is this woman like, are you drunk? Are you high? Like, what's going on? But apparently she's begging. She's finally talking to the media. She never gets off the airplane to talk to the media, but in this case, she decided to get off her airplane and talk to the media to beg them or beg Trump to debate her on CNN instead of Fox News. We already spoke about that. But apparently she's calling Trump the vice president. Like, were you drinking on the plane? You got off? You were tipsy? Like the vice president? What? Like, what is going on in this woman's mind? But apparently, no, she never stops to talk to the media, bro. Never. But in this case, she got off the plane and said, I'm going to talk to you for 7 seconds and I'm going to call Trump the former vice president. She was on that plane for 5 hours, lit as a mother. Got off, said, yo, I want to debate. I need a debate. I need it really bad. I don't think Trump should do it. I think it'll be a bad idea because you're going to go to CNN. You think CNN is going to be as based as they were the first time? The first time they were based. They weren't interrupting. They were going from question to question to question, keeping track of it, unlike ABC. But you think the final debate, literally on October 23rd, right before the election, a week a week and a half before the election. You think they're going to do that again? You must be mistakenly crazy. I don't think he's going to do it. He shouldn't do it unless it's on Fox News. Brett Baer, Jesse Waters, Greg Gutfeld, whoever, Megyn Kelly, bring a moderator that's going to be fact checking her. I want to see that. She's not going to do it though. So that'll be our next video. This drunken manifesto happening in front of us. We're going to be talking about that. Smash the like button once again. Please smash the like button as many times as you guys can. You really only can one time. So when I say that, I'm just being, silly. But smash the like button. Spread the word. Get these videos out to as many people as you possibly can. It really does help the algorithm. It helps this channel move along. And once again, man, we have a big election coming up. What is going to happen? I'm not really sure, to be honest. I want to say Trump is going to win, but we saw what happened in 2020. So just go out to vote, get registered, get the people going, and let's make history locally. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see the change. Let's give this state to the Republicans and let's see what happens. Let's give this state to a great independent thinker, from a governor to a mayor to a district leader to a congressperson, like whoever. Let's give them the state. We've already tried this whole blue stuff. It's not working. Let's go red. Let's try it out. And if that's not different, then holy moly, I was wrong. And I don't know. I was wrong. But I'm pretty sure that we're going to have better laws, better policies that are going to reflect how people, the majority of the people really feel. And I promise you, we're probably going to have a cleaner city, probably going to have a better city, thriving city. But yeah, I mean, we keep doing the same thing. Why? Why would we do that? So just try it. Let's just try it out. I don't know. Whatever the hell we got going on, it's not working. Let's try it out. In baseball or basketball, if the manager is doing a bad job, we got to fire the manager. We got to try a new one because people aren't hitting. They're not hitting their shots. They're not getting on base. They're not catching touchdowns, right? In every sport, when something's not working, what do? You fire the manager. Same thing for the United States of America. Why do we have the same managers? These managers have literally led us to losing seasons every day, every week, every day, every hour, every second. Why? Like they're choking. Hello, make the call. We need a different manager. These people are ruining the team. We're never going to win a championship. We're the New York Jets. In fact, that goes for every New York team. The last time a New York team won a world championship, it was in 2009. Why is it taking New York teams that long? Why? Politics. Fire the fucking manager. It's not working. Let's move on and try something new. And if that doesn't work, then we're fucked. But guess what? We're never going to be fucked because we have God. And with that being said, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you guys on the next one.